Good morning students, welcome to the session on C++. In our today's lecture we are going to see one more topic of control structures. Control structures. C1, these control structures is a topic which is available in C language also. Okay. See, whenever we are executing any program in C language or C++, the flow of the statements will be in the sequence format. Means to say that whenever we are having statement 1 in a program, then next statement 2 will be executed. Statement 1, after that statement 2, after that statement 3, after that statement 4. Like this, in a sequential manner we will be executing the statements in order to complete our program. But there will be certain situations where we don't want to execute some statements. If it is needed, then only we will be executing them. If it is not needed, we will be saying that not executed by the compiler. Those particular things should not be executed by the compiler. But somehow we will be having some issues that we will be neglecting. I can execute the first statement, but I don't want to execute statement 2 and statement 3. Directly I want to go for statement 4. These will be possible when we are going for the control structures in C and C++. Okay, control structure will have the control onto the statement. Which statement has to be executed, which statement should not be executed will be taken care by a control structures. These control structures will be of two types. One is branching statement, one is looping statement, I can say. These control structures will control the flow of the statements, I can say. For example, if there is a condition that if A is greater than B, then only I should execute some statement. If B is less than A, then only I should go for some other statement. Depending on our condition, we are executing the statement. Sometimes we need to execute the same statement for number of times. So all these are what are conditions. Depending on our requirement, we will be executing the statements in a program. Those will be done by the control statements, control structures, I can say. In that, the first one we are going to discuss is your branching statement. Why we are calling the branching statement is depending on our condition, we will be having the branches to be executed. But the second one is looping statement. Looping means what? Repeating the same statement for a number of times. Those will be the looping statements. You people might have studied. That is the reason I am not dragging few topics. Okay, just we are discussing them. Okay, and branching statements, you see in a branching statements, people will be having if, simple if, and if else, and then the people will be having switch case. In all this, we will be putting some condition. Based on the condition, if it is required, we will be executing the statement. If it is not, we will be not executing the statements. But in this last case, switch case, according to our choice, we will be executing the statements. If there is a chance of executing something, we will be putting that choice. According to choice, that particular statement will be executed, or else remaining statements will not be executed. Every statement will be having its own syntax. For example, if there is a if statement, then if will be given like this: if and then condition, then we will go with the statements. Okay, if this condition is true, then we will be executing this. If not, we will be neglecting this and we will go for the remaining part. I hope it is clear syntax. And for if else also, we will be having if this is true, it is doing this. If it is not, it won't do anything. But in this case, you will be having if and condition. If this condition is true, we are going to perform this block. In if else, we will be having if and then else. If it is true, then do this. If it is false, then do this block. Like this, we will be having syntax for if and if else. You people might have studied nested ifs and nested if else. Means to say that if condition within a condition. If condition is there, and within if we are putting one more if condition, then this will become what? Nested if condition. In the same way, if you are writing if else, within else if you are putting one more if, then they are called as nested if else. Okay, this is how we will be having the concept of if and if else. Okay, we will go for the example so that it will be clear to you. Okay, and here by if and if else we will stop the class. I am not dragging it, I am taking the example so that you people can understand that if and if else. Okay, I will break this. Okay, now see, I will go for a simple statement. I will go for a simple example. If say suppose if there are two numbers A and B, if A is greater than B, then I will be trying to print A is the largest number. Okay, that I will be doing by using if condition. Okay, now see, for if condition I can draw a flowchart like this. Consider condition will be shown in what? In a flowchart we will be using rhombus. Okay, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, then if this is true, then do this and then go for remaining part. But when it is if else, see, there will be a condition. Okay, condition. If the condition is true, do this. If the condition is false, do this. If it is true, do this. If it is false, do this. Then go with the remaining part. Like this, you people can execute. No need to buttify these pictures also. You can write it in any manner. Say, if this is the condition in if else, then if say suppose if it is true, then I will be executing this way. True. If it is not, no, then this statement will be executed. And after this, it will be executing remaining this. It will be coming to the last. Like this, we will be having the flowchart for if and if else. Okay. Hopefully you are getting it. Okay, I am not dragging it. Why? Because we have listened to them in our case of C language also. Okay. Okay. Now program for writing what? Finding the largest number. Okay. Finding largest number. You can write the same thing here. Finding largest number. For both, you are going for only one example, sir. Yes, I am going for only one example so that you can have a clarity by using what we are doing this. Okay? Largest number. Now see, I will be writing the program in case of what? C++. So hash include IO string and using namespace std and I go for int main. In the main function, I need to find the largest number among two numbers. So I will be declaring two variables like this. Int a is equals to 5 and b is equals to 6. I am declaring two variables and assigning two values. You can declare, you can ask to you people, I can ask to you people and I can access by you people. But I am not doing all those things, directly I am taking two numbers. Okay. See here, now I will go for if condition. If a is greater than b, then I want to print this. See out. Within if, I am having only one statement, so I am not giving any braces. Okay, if you are having multiple statement within this, you can go with. Or else for single statement also you can go with. Within if, I am writing this. A is largest number. I am not having space, you can write it. Okay, A is largest number. If you are having some other things, see out MPCS. As we are having two statements, I can write within the braces. Okay, A is large, MPCS. You can write anything, but I am writing this. I am closing this and I am closing what? Main function by returning what? 0. As you can see, int main is there now, so it will expect 0. So I will close this. So like this we will be writing the program. See here in this case, A is greater than B. Is it true? No. So it won't print anything now. See, we are having 2 lines of code now. It won't print anything. If it is true, then only it will be printing something. If it is not, it won't do anything. But here you see in this case, hash include IO stream, and using namespace std and int main, same program, but here I am going to use else part. Okay, int a is equals to 5, b is equals to 6. So consider I am using if statement here. If a is greater than b, then I am having the same block of statement. Okay, that is cout a is large and mpcs. Cout mpcs. See, this is the message that I am going to print if this condition is true, and I will close my if. Else can also have its own block. I am not going for a block of statement. I will go for a single statement, that cout. When you are having single statement within this if, no need to open the braces and no need to close the brace. Even in the if condition also, if you are having single statement, directly you can write open brace and close brace is not necessary. Okay, now I will go for this. B is large. To make little bit closer one, I am reducing the statements. Okay, just see this, and then I will return 0, and then I will close my main function. See the differences. Here we are having only if, here we are having if and else. In this you see A is greater than B, 5 is greater than 6, no. So it won't perform anything, just it will close the main function. So output will not be there for this first one. But in the second case, A is greater than B, no, the condition is false, then come out from this, the control will move from if to else. As we are having else part, it will be printing this. Cout B is the large. So output will give us what? B is the large. Okay. Consider if we are changing the numbers. 6 and 5. And here also 6 and 5. Yes, 6 is greater than 5. Yes, it is true. Then it will be printing A is large, NTCS. And here also in the same case it is true. Okay, so here also it will be giving the same output. A is large and NTCS, like this. Okay, see the differences. If we are having else part in this, then if the condition is false, then it will be going for the else part, it will be executing it. If it is not, then it will be executing the statement if it is true only. If it is false, it won't execute anything. Okay, now observe this flowchart. As you are giving the condition, if it is true, it will be executing the statement. In case of if, we are having only one option, we are not having any other options over here. But in case of if else, you people will be having one more option. Say, if it is true, we will be executing this. If it is false, we will go for else part. Else, and we will be executing some other statement. Like this, we will be having some difference between if and if else. And in our next lecture, we will be seeing about what switch case. Okay. By there, we will go for looping statement. We will be having for loop, while loop, and do while other statements. I hope it is clear to you people. That's it for now. See you in the next one. Thank you.